Hey, I'm Hayden.
I'm Barry.
And this is the Sphere Audio Video channel. And today's topic on our first episode is going to be surveillance systems and how we can provide those for your home or business. So first, Barry, I want to ask you some questions. What would you say would be the difference between a professionally installed system and a DIY, like the floodlights or doorbells you see today?
Yeah. So like a lot of your DIY stuff solely runs off your Wi-Fi system. And the only problem with those, basically, each one of those cameras takes around 3 megabits to operate at all times, no matter what. So if you don't have very good signal strength in your Wi-Fi, they're not going to work very well.
Right.
So the good thing about these is you don't need that. I mean, you can have it, but you don't need it to make these operate.
The internet?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. So, these are all, recording 24/7 no matter what.
Right.
As long as there's power there, these things are going to record no matter what.
Gotcha. Okay. So with the other cameras, how do you power them? Are they, compared to this being powered,
Right.
We both know that this has one wire, and it
Right.
goes back to the NVR and it powers and records everything, but the other ones,
You have to find a power source for those. So basically, let's say you're hanging it way up in the eaves somewhere or whatever over a door
right,
in your back door trying to catch an image. You got to find a power outlet for that because they still have to take power, even though they're wireless cameras. They still have to take power to power the actual physical camera. So you have to droop it down or find a power source somewhere, and that's just ugly. It's not safe.
and it means I could probably come up with a pair of scissors and just cut it or
Yeah.
unplug it. Right?
Sure. Sneak up and just unplug it, and then your camera's gone.
Yeah. Okay. I know with these systems, once you buy them, that's the only charge, the installation and the cost of the camera and the equipment. Is there any monthly charges with these?
No. The app comes free. You can basically look at your cameras whenever you want, as long as you got internet to it.
Right.
You can look at the cameras remotely whenever you want. Do all the features of it. The other services, most of them charge you a monthly fee just for their platform to look at the camera
Right.
services.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, but I don't want that.
No.
Not just to look at my camera. I don't want to pay you $5 or $10 a month or whatever it is to look at my camera system.
And also you have to then worry about, will there be a problem with like data breaching on their cloud services? Because that's where they go to. They go to the clouds. And there's all these problems with data breaches. And then you have problems with their system going down, you losing information. With this right here, it's going to be stored in your own home, in your environment, and you are solely responsible and the only person that's able to get this information. So, I feel it's a little more secure.
It's a lot
in that
safer this
aspect.
way. Yeah.
Okay. So these cameras right here, how do they handle like damage and tampering very well?
A lot better than some of your other DIY things, because most of those are just little bitty tiny cameras with a stem coming off that mount to whatever. I mean, you can go up there and hammer it and it's gone. It's gone. These are huge milled out aluminum, and so you're not going to get these things off very well. They have huge tamper settings that kind of go together. It's going to get screwed up into a 2x4 or something, or a piece of wood that's up on the house or on the brick, whatever the surface is, and these aren't really going to go anywhere. Really high up, so they're not going to be low. You can't really reach them unless you get a ladder most of the time.
So if I could reach it and I had a baseball bat, could I knock it down?
I mean, you could sure try.
Okay.
You might be able to, but it's going to be very difficult, and it's still going to it's going to get you before you even get to that point.
Okay.
Unless you're swinging really hard, you're not getting that son of a gun off.
Okay. All right. So can you tell us about this device right here? We'd already talked about the cameras.
Yeah.
What does this do? Give me a little bit more detail on the different variations, because I know there's 2 different types. And
Yeah, so this is a network video recorder, so this is all the wires are ran to the cameras over, Cat 6 wire, which takes your power and your video over one single wire, and you don't have to worry about running a separate wire for power. And you also have a digital video recorder for older style cameras that take a power cable and a video cable. So you have 2 separate cables that run both of those, but those get powered with an external power source. And unlike these all in one, straight to the camera.
So one wire less clutter, and that comes directly for a network.
That's exactly right.
And the other ones are the digital video recorders, and those are going to be just for your regular analog cameras.
Correct.
Not going to have as much resolution as you can with these cameras. About the most you can get with those, what, 1080p, would you say?
Yeah, some of them have HD cameras, which you can get up to a 4K quality, but you're only going to get a 4 megapixel camera. These you can go all the way up to an 8 megapixel camera. It's going to get twice the amount of clarity, which makes a huge difference at night. Because let's say have a driveway camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see an image coming down the driveway, but if you don't know what it is, what's the use in it? If it's just a blur, if it's at night and you got whitewash everywhere because you can't see it, it's all black and it's just mushy, what's the point in that? You need something that like this is going to have good clear images. The light's going to be shining on it to where it can actually see what's there. It's not grainy, and you're able to capture that image.
So I can just see farther at nighttime.
Exactly.
And I could see anything that's out there that could be lurking on the distance that could be, let's say, potential prowler or animal or something like that. I can just see farther at nighttime.
That's right.
So I've heard a lot recently about there's towns in Georgia and there's, I think the entire state of California is now requiring, if you have a security system, to have a surveillance system installed in your house for video verification. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, a lot of municipalities are going to this just for false alarm, basically, for your police and fire. Because if you have a security system and you have a false alarm, after the second one they start charging you if the police come out, which is, it can get expensive. If you have 5 or 6 of those a year, it can add up pretty quickly. So they want you to have cameras installed so you can send them the footage and say, hey, this is what happened. Sorry, it's false alarm. Here's the images. Nothing happened. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That way they don't charge you for it and you're good to go. And with these, it's super easy to get playback features. Do it right from your phone.
But there's multiple ways though. We can do it from our phone. We can do it from our computer, iPads, and the app itself. So there's a lot of different ways to get your data that you need to get to the authorities if something happens or for insurance purposes. And if anything ever happens and you need video pulled off, we are always available to come by and make sure that is taken care of for you. Another thing with these cameras is that we provide a 1-year labor warranty along with a manufacturer's warranty that's normally 1 to 2 years. If there any kind of defect or any kind of part failure that happens with these cameras after they've been installed, we will come back and make sure that we take care of the defective product and make sure that we take care of contacting the manufacturer, getting on the phone, getting this part sent back and returned and back installed. So you don't have to be involved other than telling us there's a problem and we take care of it. So if you're interested or want more information on our surveillance systems and how we can install these professionally in your home or business, please feel free to call us at 205-777-5626 or email us at info@sphereav.com or visit our website at sphereav.com. Thank you for watching the video, and Barry,
Until
see you
next time.
time.